Okay, so this is part 3, and we're going basically taking a tour of the human design chart. And what I wanted to talk about in this section is to start a whole section where we're talking about the centers and definition. And definition in this case, we're talking about the colored centers, the colored shapes. And so I think in the first video I shared how, you know, definition can also talk to how your defined centers are connected. Now, in this case, this one has a single definition. So that means, or that shows me that all of this individual's defined centers are connected. And we can see here that all their defined centers are connected to the whole circuit, right? It makes up a circuitry. They're all talking to each other. They're all able to communicate with one another one way or another. There's a way for it to communicate to each other. So first, let's talk about the channels. So a channel is created when one gate talks to another gate on the opposite side, right? So here we see, I'm trying to think of the easiest one for me to see. Let me pause this really quick so I can look at the chart. Or maybe I can see it. Hold on. Here we can see, I can't read that number. And I ain't gonna be able to pull it here. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to tell you exactly the number right now, but here we can see that the sacral has a line going to the throat, right? You see that the sacral has a channel going to the throat. So that basically means a gate here connects with the gate on the opposite side, and that's the gate that connects to the throat. So that is going to create a channel. And so that's basically one gate is communicating with the gate at the opposite end, and that creates the channel. And channels are where energy moves between two centers, communicating a specific theme, a function, and gift that is consistent and reliable for this individual. And so this would suggest that someone may feel in sync or flow with this energy. So each of these channels, right, no matter what they are, each channel belongs to a circuitry. And the circuitry explores the way energy circulates through the channels within the bodygraph. Circuits are composed of channels, and a channel is composed of, we already talked about the two gates or whatever. So there are 3 main circuits: the individual, the collective, and the tribal. And they are broken down into 6 sub-circuits, and that's going to be the centering, the knowing, the integration, the understanding, sensing, defense, and ego circuit groups, right? And so, like I said in a previous video, there's just so much nuance to all of this, okay? And you looking that up and understanding it, if that's something that you're interested in, have at it. But there's just so much for you to consider when we're thinking about this. On top of that, now, this chart doesn't have the tone and the color. So usually there are numbers. So when you see these arrows, these are called variables, and these are the arrows that, as you can see, that's near the head, and these are known as the PHS, right? It's the primary health system, and this section is considered as the advanced system of human design. This is where you go for your deconditioning, as they call it, and they say it's the foundation of the deconditioning. And that's becoming basically what other people want you to be and being more of your true self. And so the kind of information that you can get from these arrows is your digestion, how you best digest the food you eat, the information, how you take life in, how you best learn. So that would be your digestion. And then you also have environment, where you might thrive, the type of environment you might thrive at, the physical space where you might feel most comfortable and experience less resistance. They also have a view and perspective of the arrow. That's the bottom right. And it speaks to what I am here to see and how I manifest. A lot of people use that to determine how you manifest, whether it's specific or non-specific. So listen, so like I said, this is more of the advanced stuff, but nonetheless, some people start there. To each his own, right? Like everybody is going to gravitate towards what feels aligned for them. Remember, this is a tool for your awakening. So, you know, whatever it is your soul needs at that season of your life, please take it in, go for it. Doesn't matter what the rest of us, where we think you should start. Your soul will let you know what is best for you. So you can also do the view in perspective, and that's basically what you're here to see and how you manifest. Like I said, it provides knowledge and awareness of your correct perspective. You also have that type right arrow, which talks about motivation and awareness, and that basically talks to what drives you and how you act that out. So it provides knowledge and awareness of your correct motivation, like what gets you going. I'm trying to remember what mine's is, but mine's is very, very on par with how I'm motivated. But with this, when you're doing using these variables, they also come with like shapes next to them, usually with a number inside them, and so it's tone and color, and so those will be a part of how you get that information. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. So that's another thing for you to check out. Yeah, again, it's so much information in this chart. Hopefully, I think I spoke to mostly everything that I know of as of now and that I utilize. It's been a while since I did the variables, but I have no issue reviewing that. I feel like I don't use them as much because I know I already align with what it told me. It's like, oh yeah, duh. Because it even tells you like your vision, like what you take in, what you notice, what's important to you. And I have a outer vision, and I already know that like things have to look good to me, like before anything else. There has to be something about the appearance of things for me. And so it's a very interesting system, and it goes deeper than that, but like on a surface level, that's how I feel about it. So yeah, I think that we basically covered everything. Let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts. I'm actually going to do a separate video to go through the centers and basically let you know how I view the journey of the centers, because I love it so much. I'm really big on like how things connect. And so also when you have these hanging gates, so when I was talking about the definition for like the single definition, and I basically was saying how all these in this chart, all the centers, the defined centers can communicate to each other. They can talk to each other. Yeah, they have a way to get to each other, to actually communicate. But say for instance, there was a split somewhere. When people have that split, that's when you may not feel like like there's a flow. It may take more time for you to make decisions. It may feel like you're missing something, right? And that's where they kind of encourage people to go to coffee shops. Maybe somebody who walk in and out of the coffee shop will have a gate you need that completes that split, so you will get more clarity through that. It's such an interesting concept, but we'll talk about it another day. But nonetheless, like that definition, when we're talking about like how your centers, your defined centers connect to each other, how they communicate, and whether or not there is a split, also speaks to like it's like, oh my god, so many thoughts are coming to me. So I'm just gonna leave that there, and yeah, I love y'all. Happy learning.